Good morning. How's everybody doing? It's Mrs. Smith, and I wanted to drop in today just to again kind of go over how to navigate the website, what your assignments will look like for the time that you're home. We're actually going to go through the website together. We're going to look at what the science requirements are and what you're going to be required to do once you return to school. First thing I want to say is please don't get overwhelmed. The work it appears to be a lot, but really it's just designed so that you learn what you're supposed to learn. We were almost at the end of the year when we were in school anyway. So waves and energy was our last part. We're going to spend a lot of time reviewing waves. So if you're on this site, I showed you this yesterday. If you go here, it shows you all your work. Today we're going to focus on science work. So as we scroll down this site, and I always have a problem with this part, so please be patient with me. There we go. As we scroll down the site, you'll see the first thing are your wave notes. You're going to click on those wave notes, and you're going to use those wave notes to learn about, understand the topic, review. As I present each day, I will take a section of these notes. So we're going to go through these notes in three parts. The first part you've been assigned today. And then as you can see, it keeps going. So we'll do the first part today that's already been recorded and placed online for you. As you go down, you'll see that the second part, it says day 2. We'll deal with the property of waves. And so that video will be available tomorrow. But again, if you want to look at the notes today through this website, that's perfectly fine. After we go through the parts of waves, we're then going to end this unit on day 3 by just looking at how do waves actually interact. We did some of that with our labs. And so that's what we will spend the rest of the time on, property of waves. After we do property of waves, we'll then look at wave interactions. So that is the first part of what we will need to do or what you have on this site for your work at home. Again, if you have the packets, you do not have to do two separate things. Some students have told me though that the packets only have ELA and math. And if that's the case, then yes, you still need to do the science. And this is the same thing that I'll be posting on Google Classroom is exactly what's on this site, which is why I'm showing it to you today. So let's go back. All right, so we've looked at the wave notes already right here. We're going to go over and look at the work that's required. Now, when we pull this up, it looks a little overwhelming because automatically we can see at the bottom that it says 44 pages. Again, I've got a plan. I don't want you stressed about it. Each day you'll be assigned certain pages, and so I will show you that in a second. But as you go down each lesson, so let's look here. First, we have all this fantastic vocabulary. You know how I feel about vocabulary. Every single day we are looking at these wonderful words, making sure we understand them. You can make flashcards, whatever it takes for you to help get those things learned. And so vocabulary is still going. That's the first 2 pages. After the vocabulary, we have lesson 1, which is on waves. And so when you look at the sheet that I'm going to provide for you, it'll say lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3. Lesson 1, there's an outline, and that's what you're required to do on the first day of each lesson. You'll complete the outline there, fill in the blank. You can create a document and send it. You can use the document I gave you and type onto it, which is in Google Classroom. You can write it on paper and turn it all in when we return to school. Any of those options will work, okay? So don't stress over how to get it turned in. Just get the work done, and we'll work on that later. So today, after you do the lesson outline, you'll notice here it says Content Practice A. Whenever I assign it, I will tell you what you're doing. I will tell you which lesson it belongs to. And then if you notice at the bottom of the page, there are the page numbers. I'll tell you what page number. So when I'm referring to the page number, I'm referring to the page number that is located at the bottom of the document. So again, this is all the work. Don't get overwhelmed. I'm just scrolling through the whole thing. Again, this is work for like 2+ weeks. I have a calendar for you. No, I'm not saying we're going to be out for 2+ weeks. I just wanted you to have what's available so that you'll be able to do the work that you need to do. If indeed we do return to school, I will use some of these materials as a review and to teach. So yes, go ahead and do the assignments that are assigned you. They will all be required to be turned in the 3rd day after we return to school. That's on the schedule that I provide as well. I'm scrolling all the way to the bottom because there's something specific I want to show you. When you do the lesson outlines, if you're getting stuck or you're having trouble, look at here. There are notes for the lesson outlines. You notice it says lesson outlines for teaching. So you can come right here. Excuse me there. Got a notification coming through. You can come right here to these lesson outlines to help you. Try to do it on your own first. And then if you're struggling, I got a little help for you right here at the bottom of the page with the lesson outlines. So that is the first part of what's required. That's most of the work. As we go down to the bottom of the middle school page, we have energy transfer notes. This will be much later on toward the end of March. Again, these are just simply notes, another PowerPoint that talks about types of energy. After the energy notes, we have the energy transfer study guide. So this is the study guide. Yes, I know I just touched my face. We're not supposed to be doing that right now. You're supposed to hand sanitize or wash your hands after touching your face because we're trying to keep our hands out of our face. Just thought I'd share that. All right, so back to this. So here we go. So these again are all notes about conduction, radiation, convection. Whole thing of just great notes. As you go to the bottom, whoops, we've got some new vocabulary. This new vocabulary for the energy unit will be used in a type of project. You'll see that noted on the paper as well. Don't worry about it right now. Don't stress yourself out. It's all on the plan. It's going to be okay. Everybody good? All right, moving right along. So again, these are all just notes. Notes, little activity, science warm up at the bottom. I'll probably post through Google Classroom on the day that we're doing this stuff. That's in the future to come, not now. Right now, we're going to focus on our wave review. The very last thing that they've assigned to you. So we have the wave review that covers waves, light, and sound. And that's what I showed you earlier. That's this PDF here. Got to go back to the top. And so that was the first thing I showed you. Again, we're not getting overwhelmed. Taking it a piece at a time. Do what you can. Email me between the hours of 9 and 12. So you're going to have to wake up a little bit. If I get it and I'm unavailable at the time, I'll respond once I am available. But 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. are my office hours. So again, you see light. We're passing light. Going back all the way to the top. So this is the first thing that you have to do. This is the bulk of the work you have to do that we are doing in parts. All right. The thing I was mentioning next, the energy transfer. This is like an energy test study guide. It is an assignment. This is the second part that's been assigned to one of the later days. And that is actually all the assignments that you have to do during this break. I know you say, Miss Smith, all, but I also have ELA, social studies, and math. Totally understand. So let's look at the plan of success for you guys, for us as a class. Here's our plan of success. All right, so over here, Miss Smith has created a handy dandy calendar. Are you ready? It's like the handy dandy notebook, except for it's a handy dandy calendar. This is our plan of success. Notice today, voila, okay? The assignments you need to do today are here. This is the same stuff that I'm posting on Google Classroom, and it goes all the way through this nice little sheet. Tells you everything to do up all the way until we return, or maybe even before, because I have some dates after that. So what we're working on, you'll notice that here on April 3rd, it says the entire package should be complete. If we return back to school on the designated date, which right now is around the 30th of March, unless that changes, then 3 days after that, the packet would be due. So I have put on here that April 3rd, it's due. I know we're all at home. It's very tempting to just chill out and do nothing. Let's not do that. Remember, before we left, we talked about what it takes to be successful, things that you need to do so that you're comfortable and you're happy and you're excited about your success and your progress. So we are going to need to work on this. And so again, I've set it up. I've broken it up in parts so that you know what to do, how to get to it. Again, everything you need to know is in this handy dandy chart. You got a little thing down here at the bottom. The schedule is just to assist you in completing the work. If you have extra time and you want to do more, go for it. That's all on you. The page numbers that I'm referring to again is at the bottom of the document that has the work assigned. I will upload this daily. Your daily work I'll upload broken into parts according to the schedule. Work on it as you feel the need. I'll also put some success starters in there from time to time so you can actually check your knowledge, make sure you're actually understanding what you're working on. Don't forget I'm here if you need me. Again, email address is TALICIA Smith, SMITH, at ccs.k12.nc.us. If you need to email me, again, send private messages. I hope this helps. So as we're closing this video out here, let's just go back. I'm going to go back here. Give me just a second. And we're going to go back and just look at that main page, which I displayed yesterday. And that's the middle school content page, where you find all your great science work and the work for your other classes. If I can help in any way, please let me know. And I look forward to seeing your great work and all the things you're going to be learning at home. If there's something else you want to know about or you're curious about and you want me to make a video about it, maybe you have questions that I haven't answered yet, I can do a question and answer video later on if you'll just put your questions in the post, and then we can answer all of those at one time. All right, have a great day, guys. I'll be checking in with you again tomorrow as we go into lesson 2, property of waves.